Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jalial in this incarnation. So today I wanted to talk about a little bit about this practice that is extended right now, that is linked to new parenting. And I think many people right now is taking accountability of how we were raised and how many patterns didn't function in order to raise grown adults in a healthy way, you know. So I think it's very important to integrate our inner child, and I found it interesting. And of course, if we are having kids, I think this will allow to raise them in a more healthy way. So most of us, we were raised with this pattern of punishment and reward thing. So it's important that every time that punishment was applied, it taught us, for example, if a kid is feeling anger or is having a tantrum or is crying, and the kid is punished for that, the kid is taught that those feelings are not okay, and it's not okay to be what they are at that moment, and it's not okay to feel those things. So not only this is creating a pattern of self-rejection when we are feeling those emotions, but we are not being taught to self-regulate when we are feeling that way, because a kid can't reasoning as an adult. So every time we are punished or reward, we are feeling that love is given to us or retired. This is all about love. So this pattern of punishment, when we are feeling anger, for example, in a tantrum, that is very common in kids, taught them that or teaches them that they are not okay, that it's not okay to feel that way, that it's not okay to be what they are at that moment. And then we do this thing, and many times this happens in the spiritual path. I mean, spiritual people have this tendency to bypass their own emotions and not to deal with them. And it's important to understand that to deal with emotions is not about holding them. It's not about be in the victim ego, in the victim role. Is about taking accountability and responsibility. And with responsibility, I'm not saying guilt. I'm talking about taking our power back, and to understand we can change situations, but it's important to know how to deal with these emotions. So here, another thing I want to be clear is that it's not the same to have self-compassion that being in a self-pity state. These are very different, you know. So it's very important to understand that one only opens a door to unconditional love with ourselves, and to understand that we are learning, and that many times we are going to feel these emotions, but it's important to not be attached to them. And self-pity is going to bring and self-pity and guilt, you know, is going to take us in a loop of self-abandonment many times, and suffering. So it's important to understand this, because they are not the same. So on the other hand, when we are talking about the reward thing, when the kid is doing something right and is rewarded for that, then the kid is taught that he or she always have to receive a prize for the things they are doing okay for themselves. So the self-motivation is retired right there. And then when we are grown adults, we lose the self-motivation to do things. And many times when we are building something, when we are constructing actually our lives, and when we are doing our inner labor, the price it's not coming immediately. So this creates low frustration and threshold. And I think it's very important to understand this, because I did another video talking about how the inner labor, the price of the inner labor is the inner work. There's no price outside. The price actually is to feel better with ourselves. So when good things happen to us, we feel we deserve them. So I thought it was very interesting to talk about this, because this pattern creates a perspective from life that maybe it's not helping us to evolve. And I think all of us, or many of us, we were raised by this premise. So I found it very, very interesting that new parents are doing different with their kids, and how this is so much triggering for them, because to change this pattern with their kids takes them to change it in themselves. So I found it very, very interesting. Okay, I just wanted to leave this reflection of today. Thank you, everybody, and see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.